Okay, we are live. We're gonna start that over one more time.
Okay.
There was a delay in it because I just started the program.
Oh, okay.
In 5, 4, 3. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast. I am your host, Jason Hardin, and today we have a very special guest in the house. We have Joana Rudolph, and owner of her own clothing line, entrepreneur, mom, wife, and all those great things. And we're going to actually deep dive into how she puts it all together and how she has created a successful brand, how she comes up with her products, and really how she pushes it. Hello, Miss Joana, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here.
Man, I'm glad to have you. Thank you for coming by. I know you're a busy woman, so I appreciate your time, and hopefully we can get some game out to some of these folks who are listening and wondering how they can tap into their own creativity and start a business. So what's the name of your business and when did you start it?
Okay, it's actually a movement, Altogether Lovely,
Wow.
and it was about 7 years ago. I was listening to the worship song Altogether Lovely. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
Never heard of it.
I'm like, you're all together lovely, you're all together beautiful, you're all together wonderful to me. And so that's where the name came from. And I decided to do a movement. I did a whole conference. It was called Passion into Action.
Oh, wow.
It was like an empowerment for women to just, go after their dreams and their goals. And so after that, about 2 years later, during the pandemic, I started my active wear line online.
Okay,
boutique.
okay.
And it did really well that first year because, everybody was home.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
was home, so everybody was shopping from home. And I did really well. And I've been doing it for the past 5 years.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
First of all, what made you? We'll back up because I didn't know about the conference or the convention. I
yeah.
didn't know about the movement
Yeah,
as a whole.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes when you start a movement, you start the product first,
Right.
and then you create a movement to move the
Yeah,
product.
yeah, yeah.
But since it started as a movement, where did that come from? Where did your passion to kind of organize and create something like that come from?
Well, you know what? It was just, it came from wanting to, I guess, be an example to women. Like, even though we have 10 kids all together, but even though I had 6 kids at home, I'm like, I wanted to show women, you can do it. You can still follow your dreams. You can still, follow your passion, stay active, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was my whole thing. I wanted to show women, it can be done with 6 kids. You can do it, because a lot of women say they lose themselves once they have, they get married and have a lot of kids. So I'm just like, no, you can still find yourself. You can still do things for you, even though you have a family. So, that's where it started. And I just created I had a conference as well, and from there that's where it started. I just added the active wear line.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to commend you on that concept right there because there are a lot of mothers, and I'm not going to say mothers, there's a lot of parents out there who I feel give up on themselves. Thinking they have to provide for their kids,
Right.
and thinking they have to sacrifice whoever they want to be
Yes.
for their kids. And to me, I'm not a parent, so I can't understand it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look right.
No.
I don't think that you should have to sacrifice your dream, or that you shouldn't. You should stop wanting to be shit because you got some kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
They're actually your biggest motivation. They've been my biggest
I hope
motivation.
so. I would think so.
I want them to see me following my dreams, and doing what I love, so that they can do it too. So they've been my biggest motivation.
I think that's the healthy way to parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because first of all, I think that the child is going to look at you.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to look at my parents, and if they're doing everything to provide for me, and they're not happy, and they're at a place that they hate, and they're just so stressed out and angry, and then finding all these other vices to escape.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Right.
Damn that these lights is on. Damn that you know what I'm saying, that I got clothes, because
Right.
that stops being important.
Yeah.
What being important is I never want to be like them now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I see my parents active and you know, just trying out new things and still being a kid, you know, still experimenting, still playing. And business to an adult is playing. I don't know about you, but I'm playing when I'm doing this. When I'm designing, I'm playing. When I'm vending, I'm playing. When I'm creating, it's playing to me.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm cooking, I'm playing. You know, so when I see my parents, when I see adults playing, that's going to make me want to be like them.
Exactly.
Not them being super responsible and just, you know, daddy out there working hard and he comes on, slaps his butt on the couch and then he's turned off. He doesn't want to talk because he's mad. He's, you know, he done dealt with the world, and by all means, he deserves that.
Right.
You know, that space or whatever. But if he had that energy to be something still, that's encouraging the children, I think.
Yeah, enjoying what you do.
Yeah, and I think you kind of confirm that. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm not crazy. If you got some kids, you should still want to be shit. Yeah. Don't use them as an escape or as a scapegoat of why you ain't getting where you want to be in life. And I think a lot of parents do that. So I appreciate that. Next, I wanted to touch on, you say you started your clothing line to attach it to your movement.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I always think that's awesome. You know, I always say to folks who want to do something, well, what do you want to do it for? Yeah. Like I used to mentor for the Pasadena Idol competition, and these kids want to sing, and I say, well, what do you want to sing for?
Right. Ooh,
excuse me. Yeah, like what do you want to do it for? I mean, because whatever you do it for becomes part of your brand.
Yeah.
You know, if I need somebody to sing, and there's two people that can sing, he just sings and you sing for cancer, you sing for homelessness, you sing, you know, it's all attached to your brand. I'm gonna hire you. Right. That's gonna be a added value to your brand that I want to attach to my brand. So that's gonna attract me to you. So I appreciate that concept, and I wanted to touch on that because I think a lot of people miss that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And some people just have products sit on it and wonder why it ain't selling, and it's a dope idea.
There's a story behind it.
Yeah, but you have no story behind it. You know what I'm saying? You have no confidence when you push it because you're just hoping people like it enough. Yeah. But people really have to like you. Right. You know what I'm saying? To have a successful business, I don't care how big it grows, people have to really start by liking you.
Yeah. I'm actually wearing one of my shirts. This is one of our collections. It's called the Toxica collection. And it basically has a line through the Toxica, you know, and it says educated, talented, motivated. Because I don't know, on social media, like, I guess people are like, oh, I'm a Toxica. Like, if it's something good to be proud of, and it's not, you know, like.
Okay, what? For those who don't speak Spanish, I mean, I can guess what it means.
It's toxic.
But I didn't know that people claim that.
Yeah,
it's almost like how folks say, I'm a savage. You know, when Rihanna came out with Savage, I'm like, we've been convincing folks we wasn't savages for hundreds of years. She put out a song saying you a savage, and now you's a savage. So I get it. But I didn't know that was a thing in your culture.
Yeah, like they consider Hispanic women like toxicas. Like saying, you know, she's insecure, she's jealous, she's crazy, you know. And I'm like, I don't want to be known as a toxica. You know, I want to be known as a healed person, an educated person, and that's why I came up with this brand.
I love that. Yeah.
It's pretty
positive messaging.
Yeah.
And it reinforces, you know, because everything is messaging. So the things I create, I definitely always want to stay positive because, of course, we can make money with negative things. Yeah. You know, but what image does that create of you, of your product? How proud can you be to push it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Can you push it? Can you sell it to your grandmama?
Exactly.
Can you sell it to somebody else's grandmama?
Like, I wouldn't want my daughters rocking like I'm toxic. You know, like, no, you ain't toxic.
No, you take that off.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Yeah. But what I wanted to touch on is you said you started your clothing line during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, now for those that don't know, that's when a lot of people started their clothing lines, you know, and I understand why, because everything was changing. People was losing jobs, but other people still had income. Yeah. People were looking for a way to invest because they don't know if they're going back to work. And then clothing line was, I think a lot of people were inspired by other people who had already started one or maybe had an idea and it was the time to launch it. So did you always want to start a clothing line or was it that you had an idea already and or this movement that just came up and it was just the perfect time?
No, I was just trying to see what I can incorporate into my movement, you know. And since I was already posting like videos of like workouts every day, because I was like, come on, moms, get up every morning, you know, work out before your kids get up, you know, so you can have so you can be in good spirits. And then so I was like, okay, let me start an activewear line, you know, and that's where it all started. Where I was just like, okay, I'll just incorporate it in my videos, my workout videos, my activewear, and that's how it started selling. People started seeing it, and they're like, okay, you know, it's motivating me, so. Yeah.
You know what I like? It's like you found your niche genuinely.
Yeah.
Because well, people don't understand. Like, this can be taught. You know what I'm saying? How you came in order with with your movement, and then you brought in the videos, which is creating content, and then you introduce your own product. Like, this is teachable stuff. This is what they teach when people are trying to teach being an influencer, how to become a motivational speaker, how to gain followers and all that stuff. So that's awesome. But it seemed like you found it very genuinely. Like you didn't go out and say, I'm gonna do this for a business. Like, you did this just for that change, for that community.
I'm just doing what I love, and I generally just want to help and inspire women, especially stay-at-home moms. Because I've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, and I feel lucky to be able to be home and work my business from home.
It just adds to it. So if you've been a stay-at-home mom, now you're just adding to whatever it is that you've built together, you and your husband and your family. That's incredible. Thank you. I think that first of all, I like to say that every family is a business. You know what I'm saying? Whether they know it or not.
Right.
You have employees, you have managers, you have a facility, you have a warehouse, all right here. Are you using it? Or are you not? Are you wasting this energy, this creativity, the things that kids can do and your grandparents, whoever's in the family? You know what I'm saying? So I always say that every family is a business. So I appreciate everybody who sees that and just tries anything. I don't care if it's licking envelopes, sending them out. I don't care if we cutting coupons.
All our kids help us. They help us with our orders. Yeah, they see it. They see the hustle. That's what my husband always says. You got to look at it as a business, and our kids are kind of like are helping us and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I love that. Okay, now starting at the pandemic, like you said, you started when so many people started their clothing lines or their apparel business because, like I said, it was the right time. How did you set yourself apart from that saturation of all these new clothing lines coming out? Because I look at it like, one day there was nobody doing this. The next day everybody has it, and it's the same stuff with their logo and their stuff. So how do you set yourself apart from everybody doing the same thing?
Well, you know what? I think being that I'm a mom of 6, our family's 10. We have 10 kids. I think that already separates us apart. But I think just sharing my stories, just really being open and sharing my stories. I'm always sharing a bit about my story, my family, my kids, and I think that's what kind of separates me. For everybody. And I do this constantly, every day, I'm posting every day. I'm committed. I'm okay, 5 videos a day, here and here and here. And that's how I get my clients, honestly, just sharing my stories.
So what do you offer besides the clothing line? Like you said, clients, are you a instructor? Do you have workshops? What else do you do?
Oh, no, I don't. I've had people tell me that I should do a workshop in how to sell on Facebook Marketplace, because that's where I sold the most. I sold hundreds and hundreds on Facebook Marketplace.
And that was just the product.
And that was just my product. So I've had people tell me do a little thing showing how to do it, but I've never done it.
Well, that's the next step. And to prove that you've mastered what you're doing is when you start to teach it.
Right.
And I think you're there now because, like I said, everything is genuine, but it's still very technical.
Right.
The way you move and the way you, I guess, your concept of how to sell and all that you just discovered by doing it, it's teachable. And I think that once you get to that level of you have a system, it's working for you, you have an act, it creates a result, and you make money somewhere in the middle, or you make some friends somewhere in the middle, or you make a difference somewhere in the middle, it becomes a teachable thing. And then it's almost your responsibility to add that to your list of offerings. Even if it's whether it be a book, whether it be an ebook, whether it be free to get more people to come to your website, whether you charge $1.99, $29, whatever for it. But I think that's definitely in your future. I hope you would consider that.
I was also thinking about having some more empowerment conferences for women,
incredible,
having yoga and breath works and all of that, just incorporating all that. And so I'm excited to start doing that again. Because
you're building a community. Where do you see yourself taking this community as it grows?
Where do I see myself taking it? I mean, all over the world, worldwide, I just want to encourage as many women to just, I'm all about, right now, I'm all about, healing, you know what I mean? Healing your inner child and just really just being the best version of you. And so, I just want to share that with the world, and I want to just attract that,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
well, one thing I could say, you do attract other bosses, other people doing stuff, but you also attract those who are looking for that inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who are, like you said, the people that need to see it to believe they can do it.
Exactly.
You know, so what advice do you have for parents who are using their kids as a cop-out, using their kids as a reason why I don't have, you know, like, because that's still, it's a noble attitude.
Right.
I don't want to knock the attitude of my kid got to eat first and all that, but I just want to knock the attitude that you're excluding yourself from having to do better. You're excluding yourself from having to progress. As long as I make enough for him to eat, like that's unhealthy. When you start saying that, like, it's unhealthy. Yeah. So what kind of advice do you have for parents like that so that they can be more ambitious, so they can get into their creativity or whatever that is?
Yeah. I just think to myself, like I always say, well, my kids are going to do everything I do. Like they're going to mimic everything. They're watching everything I do. So if I settle or if I don't do what I like or if they're going to watch this and they're going to do it too, you know? So I'm like, that's why I'm just like so adamant about everything that I do, because I'm like, they're watching. My kids are watching,
they're recording.
You know, and I want them to say, you know what, my mom went after her dreams. Yeah, it was hella hard. Yeah, she went through a lot, you know, she cried a lot, but she still kept going. And that's what I want to leave with them, you know, even if, let's say, I feel like a lot of my dreams have came true, but even if, like, let's say from now on, nothing else comes true, like, at least I left that with them, you know, like, they can continue on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to go after it. I'm not just going to settle or, you know. So.
If they want to create something new or continue what you literally created.
Exactly.
Because I think about that all the time. Like, man, maybe my nephews have done this.
Right?
Maybe my nephews have made Dina Hardway Enterprise, the podcast. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
But it's giving them that option.
Exactly.
It's an option I didn't have.
That'll hope.
You know, all I had from my parents was, you know, like they say, all he left us was alone.
Right.
When my daddy died, all he left us was alone.
Right.
You know, we don't fight for money in our family because there ain't none. You know what I'm saying? No fighting for the house, the car, the TV.
Right.
Man, just left us alone. So I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be that change. I wanted to be someone that, like my nephews, nieces, kids in my neighborhood, even if I had kids, which I'm probably not now. I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to be what I didn't have growing up.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important. And I think it's so important that you do what you do for your kids, because it's the best way to provide for them.
Yeah.
Like, but be an example.
Definitely.
One more question before we get out of here. Where should people start? Like people that want to start somewhere, like they have an idea, whether it be a clothing line, whether it be the workshops, whether it be an idea they're pushing, whether it be to make training videos. Where's the best place to start?
I would say on social media. I would say just get out there, like put yourself out there, start sharing. A lot of people are so scared to like just share, you know, and I'm constantly sharing, you know, and I think they're scared of like perfection. Like everything has to be perfect before I post. No, like when I first started, it was like I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I just, took the leap. I took the leap and I started doing it, and it just kept getting better every video. You know, I started growing. My YouTube channel started growing, and it's just like, yeah.
I love what you said. See, now you just opened up a whole second half of the damn show, man.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Confidence and caring what people think. They don't go together.
No, they don't at
You know
all.
what I'm saying? So it's hard to have both starting anything.
Yeah.
Where does your confidence come from? Or how do you deal with caring what people think? You know?
Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, Jason, I grew up very I didn't have confidence at all.
Oh, no.
I didn't believe in myself at all. Like, I was very, self-conscious about myself. You know, like, in high school, I was always told, you're super skinny, you know, oh. So I didn't really believe in myself. It wasn't until I met my husband. And he's, super confident. Like I said, he goes after everything he wants. And just seeing him and his confidence, I'm like, oh, let me walk in my...
Wow.
Yeah,
so you got married, half of that shit is yours. Hey, I want to have that confidence too, damn it. Wow.
Yeah, so that's where it kind of started, I'm like, okay, I can do it too, if she can have this, if she can do this, I can do it too. So that's where it came from.
You started having that vision. You can see things for yourself.
Exactly.
I always said that I think one reason why I'm here, the only reason why I'm here is because I used to fantasize about a lot of things when I was younger, and most of those things were just having like a life, knowing how I wanted to dress, knowing how I wanted people to approach me, knowing what I wanted to do for fun, and I didn't know how I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That part of the vision never came in. Like I didn't know the product, the invention, the service I was providing. I didn't see that part. I just saw how I wanted to live.
Right.
But that vision was enough to manifest itself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To have been on red carpets, been on podiums,
That's
you know,
awesome.
Debating the mayor and all that. You know, like that came from those fantasies that I had as a kid.
Wow.
And I think people underestimate their daydreams.
It's true.
People underestimate their fantasies. People underestimate what their imagination.
Yeah.
Like once you start seeing the things you imagine can actually happen, then it becomes like it's a new game.
Right.
It's a new world. Now I need
true.
more time on the clock because like now I'm just getting started, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to wait till the 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 to experience that and to understand that. I want they know it as a child, but I think somewhere they get that snuffed out of them.
Yes.
School and bad parenting and certain programming.
Yeah.
They become robots and employees instead of being taught to be bosses.
Right.
You know, and that's what I want this show to be. I want people to know that they can create and live their own definition.
We also have a line, me and my husband, we also have, I don't know if you've seen it, a creator. It's also the same thing, but it says creator.
I saw it, yeah.
You saw it? Yeah. And basically we're like, you know, no complaining, no victim. You know, you're a creator. We're here to create the life that, you know, we want. So, yeah, we also have a shirt line.
Okay,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was all part of the same thing.
No.
So we have what we do together, but we have little avenues. It's like there's
for the
structure
woman
to this.
and then for everybody.
There's departments.
Yeah, and I promote both of them. So,
I love it. So what's the big branding? What is the parent company that is over all of that you guys have?
Well, mine is just Altogether Lovely, but his it's I Create Apparel. Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with either?
Oh, okay. So mine is just online, Joana Rudolph, and then it's A2GL Fashions.
Okay.
.com, yeah.
Okay.
And his is I Create Apparel.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can they find you on social media?
Under Joana Rudolph, or on Instagram, it's A2GL_fashions.
I love it.
Yeah.
And before we get out of here, I know you're busy, but I want. What is your last message? What is the last words you want to have for the audience? What if you could tell them anything, whether it be talking to your 18-year-old self, whether it be whatever, man. What's your last message?
Just go for it. Just go for it, because life is too short. Like, you don't want to regret. You don't want to look back like, why didn't I do that? You know, like, just like I think it was 2 years ago, I jumped out of a plane. I'm like, I never want to look back and say, why didn't I do it? You know, like after I jumped, I was just like, I feel like I can do anything. You know, like I can conquer the world, you know. So now I'm looking for the next adventurous thing to do. But yeah, just get out of your comfort zone and just go for it. Go for whatever God put in your heart. You know, there's a reason why he put it in your heart. So, you know, do it. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
You will never find greatness in your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Very true.
Well, I totally appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
So many wise words. Just such an inspiration. I hope you guys check her out. Like I said, she's always releasing content, always positive, always upbeat, always a hack, a tip, something that'll make you better in some way.
Yeah.
Make you more positive, feel better about yourself in some way. And that's what it's all about, man. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, none of this can manifest. Nothing can happen for you. So you got to love yourself first, and you got to know that you're worth whatever effort it takes to make you better.
Yep. It was an honor, Jason.
Oh, no, the honor was all mine, I assure you.
I see you doing your thing, and I'm just like, damn. Like, I don't know if you remember, I came out to one of your events when you first started your podcast.
Yeah, that was a podcast launch. I do remember.
Yeah,
You were there.
I drove an hour and a half because I'm like, you don't see people going after, like, their dreams as much. You know, and I'm like, this isn't